we see everything. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth. I am the brother Yermayan, coming at y'all with another one. Before we get started, we're giving all praises, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Harakakwadah. Double honor to our teachers, the apostles at Great Millstone, who taught us truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayaf Shadawadah, the house of David, that standing so stiffly for the names of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai in these last days. Shalom. Okay, and y'all heard what I said. We see everything through the Spirit. Okay, through the Spirit. Okay, the sight has been given to us. All right.
I had mercy on us through his beloved son Yahushai and woke us up in the time of grace, and we able to see everything, man. Now when we watch a movie, we ain't just watching it for entertainment. We see everything. You know? And we understand now. And that's
this is the book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 21. It says, in that hour, Yahushai rejoiced in spirit and said, thank ye, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. It says, and has revealed them unto babes. It says, even so the Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. It says, all things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth who the Son is. It says, but the Father, and who the Father is, but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him. Whoo! It says, and he turned unto, it says, him unto his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. That's right, man. Okay, blessed are the eyes that see the things that we see. Okay, you know, the elect has a spiritual vision that the rest of the world can't see, man. All right. You know, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to see things, to be able to, that the Lord has shown you certain things, numbers. Okay. I went to work last night and, my relief, he left me some numbers, to fill out on my sheet, and hey, man, it was 777s on there. It was 144 at the top, 777 at the bottom, and I was just like, you can't make this shit up, man, And then one of the elder brothers, Kazak, was speaking about I had listened to a video earlier that morning. This was yesterday, and he was talking about the brother Kazak from Mississippi. He said, you never know why the Lord got you at that job. He was speaking about being at your job and the Lord, using you to be at a certain job. And next thing you know, that same night, I seen I start seeing things through the Spirit. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. Even though we always do, but it's just like the Lord be speaking to you through other brothers, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, to see things that we see. All right. It's another thing that I seen too. I'm gonna put it on this video. So it was a paper filled out for me with the numbers on there. All right. And then it was also another video. It was a video of another brother.
So man, the Spirit is at this job. So these different jobs we work at is the reason why the Lord got us there, man. And it's also why you don't want to quit your job, man. You don't know what the Lord gonna show you at that job. The Lord, he may show you how his power work at that job, man. We in the time of seeing the Lord's power, man. Like I said, I've seen stuff, bro. Like this first time I'm just speaking about it. I've met particular men. Like I said in the beginning, I was a little naive about it, but certain men, the way their eyes move, I know a human eyes don't move like that, bro. This man's eyes, it's moving like a bird, Certain men, they got on the big bus that I used to drive,
Yeah, I seen the brothers from Mississippi, the same, the brother Kazak, the brother Spirit Wind Levi, he was out there, he was prophesying, man. And right after I seen the paper, it was on the paper like a pink slip like this. Right after I seen the slip, the numbers on the slip, I was like, I showed my brother Gabar, and he was like, yo, that's crazy, So as soon as I seen that, I threw my headphones in to get, just to start doing my work or whatever the case may be. As soon as I threw my headphones in, the brother spirit when Levi, man, he literally said my government name, man. He said something about the children of Israel being they you know, he was talking about the heathens gonna be, you know, they're gonna be saying, damn, such and such getting raised up. You know, my name in the world is Jermaine. And he said my name, and I said, yo, what the fuck? I said, yo. And it's just through the spirit, man. Y'all that have ears to hear can hear. You know, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, and it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no accounts of his labor. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled in terrible fear. That's right. You know, all of your enemies in the world and this earth that knew you, okay, they're going to be in trouble and terrible fear when they see you getting raised up, when you getting beamed up, man. Okay, and ultimately right now we're being raised up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is putting fear on the nations, man. Okay, because you're not coming in the spirit of a nigga. Okay, you're coming in the spirit of a holy servant of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they looked for. Right. So it's gonna be amazing. They're gonna be amazed at this salvation. It says, and they repented and groaning for anguish in the spirit, speaking of the nations, shall say within themselves, this was he. Hey, this was Jermaine. This was Terrence, right? This was this was James. You know, this was Jamal, right? This was Eric. Damn, oh man, damn, you know? This was them getting beamed. Oh man, this whole time, they was the children of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? It says, and they were repenting and groaning for anguish in spirit, saying within themselves, this was he whom we had in sometimes derision, a proverb and a reproach. We fools counted his life madness and his end to be without honor. There you go, man. You see? So that they're gonna be amazed when they see us going up, man. Okay? You see, and that's, man, hey man, you know, this is just everything I seen through the spirit yesterday.
Raised up. The other nation seeing Jermaine getting raised up, Jorge getting raised up. Look, they're gonna be in awe, but you know who else gonna be in awe?
Yeah, man, another sign I seen last night, I'm at work. It's like 1 in the morning. I had walked out on a break to do a walk and talk. You know, and as I'm bringing it out, I see a man in a winter coat. It wasn't even that cold outside, you know? Like, it wasn't even that cold outside. I'm a Lord's willing, I could add the clip on here and show y'all. It wasn't even that cold outside, so I'm bringing it out. And I see the man coming up in this big winter coat, you know? And I see him coming up. You know, he walks past. So as soon as he gets close, I see nothing, not his face. I see nothing but a big white beard sticking out of the hole. He had his face tied up like it was cold out. I'm like, what the hell? You know, and all I see is this big white beard sticking out of his out of his hoodie. And I'm like, yo. And as soon as I said, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, y'all gonna see in the video. I said, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Then he turned around and was like, you know what time it is? You know, I took that as a sign, like, yo, yeah, I know what time it's that time. You know, but he asked for a cigarette, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he just kept moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that on here too. You know, this is the signs, the things that I seen, you know, yesterday, the spiritual things, right? It says folding cabinet bed. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says
Time.
excuse me?
Tell me the time, please.
The time is 1:17.
1:17. You smoke cigarettes?
No, I don't, brother.
All right, thank you.
Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yo, I thought that was an angel. Dude, beard was white as hell. And I said, yo, I said it. And as soon as I said it, he turned around and started talking to me. All right, so let's go back here. Then right after that, I pick up the copy I was coloring, you know, and right on top of the copy, man, I was running this job for 2 days, didn't even notice it until last night. Right on top of the copy, it was 14.47. I'm like, yo, you can't make this shit up, man. The Lord is just showing out, man. You know, the Lord is just showing out, right? I'm like, yo, you can't make the Lord is showing the signs, man. You know, he called us out. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Let's get Peter, the classic in Peter real quick. 1 Peter 2:9, man. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9, it says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, right? And this is why we give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, for calling us out of darkness into this marvelous light. Okay, what is this light? This truth. Okay, the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's that. Hey, man, you know, we're forever thankful that the Lord has given us the eyesight to see, man. Okay, he's given us the mindset and the eyes to see. Okay. Let's get this real quick. Let's get this. St. John chapter 9. Just St. John chapter 9 and verse St. John 9 and 13, it says they brought the Pharisees him aforetime was blind. This is talking about the blind man being healed. It says, and it was the Sabbath day when Yahweh Shai made the clay and opened his eyes. It says, then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. It says, he said unto them, he put clay upon my eyes and washed them, and I do see. It says, therefore said the Pharisees, this man is not of the Most High. It says, because he keep not the Sabbath day. Others said, how can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? It says, and there is a division amongst them. It says, they say unto the blind man again, what sayest thou of him that he hath opened thy eyes? He said, he is a prophet. Now, the reason why I brought this out, because guess what? You know, that blind man is symbolic for us being called out of that marvelous light and to receive sight. Okay? You know, and who gave us that sight? Yahweh Shai. Okay, the light. Okay, because we're coming in the light of the Lord, man. All right, come on, man. You know, let's get Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 18. Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 4 says, and the vessel that he made of clay was mirrored in the hand of the potter. That's right, man, because we were shaped and formed, okay, by the Most High. It says, so he that made it again another vessel, and seemed good to the potter to make it. There you go, man. You see? So what? The potter, okay, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he formed us, man. And ultimately, what? The Lord used that clay to reform, you know, the blind man, man. And ultimately, what? That's symbolic for us being renewed. Us being renewed. Okay, you know, the clay is symbolic, what? For us being renewed, man, refashioned. Okay, to be able to see again, man. All right, we're new creatures. We're renewed in the spirit. All right, let's keep reading. It says, then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? It says, behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hands, O house of Israel. That's right. Okay, and ultimately it was prophesied for us to fall away and for us to receive sight again, man. Okay, for us to receive the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, to be able to see things through the spirit, man. Hey, the Lord is raising up righteous kings on this earth, man. Okay, it's a miracle, you know, to be able to see the things that we see. All right, and we praise and thank Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving us the eyesight to see the things that we can see, man. You know, you see. So yeah, man, Lord's willingness was edifying. I want to give a call, Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Harachakodash. And to the next one, Shalom.